Okay, ma'am. We can start.
Okay. So good afternoon to one and all. So this is Dr. Kanti Sudha, Coordinator Admissions from VNRVJIET Institute of Engineering and Technology. So we have been conducting this engineering education, charting the right career choice as part of a series of panel discussions which we have been conducting across all the branches of engineering. So as part of that, today we have the civil engineering branch, where we do have experts coming from this particular domain who will be giving us a lot of insights into this particular branch prospects, especially related to civil engineering. So on that note, I welcome all the panel members who have joined us and spared their time for this panel discussion. And I would like to hand over this session to Dr. K. Suresh sir from Civil Engineering Department. Suresh sir, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Good evening to one and all. First of all, welcome to Civil Engineering panel discussion on engineering education, charting the right career choice. Myself, Dr. Suresh, working as Senior Assistant Professor in the Department of Civil Engineering. And also I am working in the institute since 2012. And I am working as a coordinator for civil engineering admissions. Now, I would like to introduce the panel members of Civil Engineering Department, industrial experts, and alumni of VNRVJIET. First of all, I would like to introduce Dr. A. Mallika, Professor and Head of the Department of Civil Engineering. And ma'am has published many research papers, and ma'am has funding projects too. Welcome to the panel discussion, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Next, I would like to introduce Dr. BDV Chandramohan Rao, Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, and he is academic expert. Sir, welcome to the panel discussion, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Next, I would like to introduce Dr. Nagateja, Assistant Professor, and also working as the Placement Coordinator for the Department of Civil Engineering. Welcome to the panel discussion, sir. Nagateja, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Now, I would like to introduce industrial expert, Dr. Padmaja Gokaraju, Vice President, Designs, Kirby Building Systems and Structures. Welcome to the panel discussion, madam. Ma'am is here?
Yeah, ma'am is here.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you. Thanks for the introduction. Thank you.
Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Anurag Reddy, co-founder, Connect Concrete, and Mr. Anurag was the alumni of VNRVJIET. Welcome to the panel discussion, Mr. Anurag. Mr. Anurag, your voice is not audible.
Sir, am I audible now?
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, thank you for having me, sir.
Thank you. Now, I would like to introduce Pooja Rao, Project Structures, Structural Engineer, Arcades from US. She is alumni of VNRVJIET. Welcome to panel discussion, Mrs. Pooja Rao.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Abhinav, lead in Circles Technologies, and Mr. Abhinav is alumni of VNRVJIET. Welcome to the panel discussion, Mr. Abhinav.
Thank you, sir.
Now, we start with the queries so that all the parents can get the required information. Now, I would like to ask the question, Dr. A. Mallika, Head of the Department of Civil Engineering Department. Ma'am, there is a huge demand for civil engineers due to their involvement in designing the executing infrastructure projects. Can you throw some light on the civil engineering department strengths in VNRVJIET that allows your students to catch up with the demand? Can you respond, madam?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Suresh Garu. So, welcome to the panel discussion for the aspirants as well as the parents, how to chart out their career in engineering education. So, whatever the branch you take, how you have to proceed with, and what is the scope ahead. So, we are here to tell you about civil engineering branch. What is the scope, future scope for civil engineering if you are going to opt for civil engineering in your UG level. So we as a civil engineers, it is considered to be mother of all the engineering branches. It's a age-old branch, right from 100 years old, even from our ancestors' time. Civil engineering branch has its own place among all the engineering branches. So wherever you go in day-to-day life, you see civil engineering, maybe formally or informally. So without civil engineering, human race cannot exist on the globe. Coming to civil engineering branch in VNRVJIET, we have got lot of credentials maybe with respect to UG program BTech Civil Engineering, and we have 3 PG programs also, one in structural engineering, geotechnical engineering and highway engineering too, each having 18 as intake. We have 2 sections of intake in UG, that is 120 students, and department has got very good teaching fraternity in terms of faculty and teaching staff. We have 34 faculty on board with 20 doctorates with respect to different specializations. Like if you talk about civil engineering, it has different domains. It is not only the construction. Majority of the parents or aspirants perspective is civil engineering means it's construction. So whatever we do, we are seeing the high-rise buildings, that is only civil engineering. There are various domains of civil engineering where you have lot of scope, whether you go for higher education or whether you pursue in different domains like management studies or want to continue your job as a career. You have different tracks in civil engineering also, which need to be focused on. So nowadays everything is becoming smart, so everything is becoming very small and small, but as civil engineering is growing, you can see very large things coming into picture, high rise buildings, big bridges, big dams everywhere. So you can see the technology advancement in civil engineering in every domain, in fact, even in interdisciplinary. That's why in the panel discussion, we have a conglomeration of various experts. Majority of them are our alumni and also industry expert. Padmaja ma'am is also here. So they'll be sharing their experiences and how bright the future of civil engineering is going to be. And civil engineering department, as I said, we have 20 doctorates among 34 faculty. Majority of them are from IITs, PhDs from IITs, NITs, and also state universities in different domains like structural engineering, geotechnical engineering, highway engineering, environmental engineering, and water resources engineering, GIS specialists. There are various domains, and we have good teaching technical staff also to support the students in the laboratories. We have state-of-art laboratories in our department consisting of 10 laboratories, though only 6 are required for curriculum delivery. We have additional laboratories because we cater to PG students also. Advanced equipment, research equipment and academic equipment are there in our laboratories. So like 100 tons loading frame test setup, we have carbonation chamber, we have DGPS, we have drones, we have flexible parameter and atomic absorption spectrometer, wheel rutting machines, n number of machines which other institutes don't have, and we have those facilities and students are exposed to all those facilities through their curriculum. Apart from the hardware equipment, so nowadays everything is linked with some packages. So what they are supposed to work in the industry, to reduce that gap from industry, we have included in the curriculum all these software also. You will be doing your drafting with AutoCAD and building drawing also, and you are analyzing packages are there like STAD, Bentley packages, 25 bundle package is there, ETAPS is there, ANS is, NISA Civil. Coming to transportation, you have traffic planning, Visum, statistical software like SPSS, MATLAB. We have all licensed software available with us. Coming to geotechnical, Plaxis 2D, and we have Visual Mod Flow, Pollute. So like this, n number of software are available in the department which are included in the curriculum. So students will be studying all these things, and time to time what we do is we conduct board of studies meetings in which industry as well as our alumni and premier academic institution representatives will be there in framing our curriculum whenever the revision is going to happen, or even for amendments we do invite them for their inputs. So what the industry sees from a freshly graduated civil engineer, we try to bridge that gap by including in the curriculum. If not, then we try to offer that as training programs over and above the curriculum. So every student is supposed to do minimum 2 training programs or certification programs, so that some skill set can be imbibed in the student when they are going out of the institute for job pursuing or career pursuing or higher education and everything. Like in the past academic years, we have given them building information modeling software, Primavera project management software, training in MEP. If anybody is interested in the IT sector also, sometimes students may not get by default by their ranks whatever the branch they are seeking in. You need not worry. Taking civil engineering from third year, you will be having minor degrees, which my colleague is going to emphasize more on. So minor degrees can be taken by the students so that they'll get better IT jobs if you want to go. Even if not for IT job, to do smart projects like everywhere nowadays, artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms are coming into picture in majority of the projects. So you can do the projects by taking help of all these latest technologies. Right from first year, all these C programming and Python are mandatory courses, and in second year onwards, data analytics is also introduced in civil engineering curriculum. And from third year, you can opt for different minor degrees. So end of the day, you'll be getting BTech civil engineering with minor in AI, ML, or minor in data science, or minor in cybersecurity, like that. So our curriculum is robust enough to place the student wherever they want to land in with future goals. And department also has very strong mentoring system to handhold the student about their future goals, to pursue their future goals, to set their future goals, and whatever the fashion. Not only that, there is an empathy. Empathy is main important thing in VNRVJIET across all the disciplines. So we have that strong kind of mentoring system existing in the department also. So apart from that, the students are taken to different industrial visits during their semester courses. Like with respect to the courses, what they are studying in that particular semester. Suppose they are studying concrete technology, they'll be taken to ready mix plants, they'll be taken to precast, they'll be taken to different industries nearby or across Hyderabad also. We will be taking them to different industries because we believe strong in seeing and learning by doing also. We have different teaching pedagogies existing in the department. Apart from industrial visits, we do call industry professionals to deliver the curriculum, part of the curriculum. Like few of the industries, they have designed few of the courses, selective courses like pre-engineered buildings and all. So we have included those things in the curriculum, and the industry experts also do come here to deliver those courses. Guest lectures will be organized from different industry people. Why we are emphasizing more on industry is we have strong connect with majority of the industries. So we have many industry experts in our panel. We do invite them for project evaluation, like Padmaja ma'am, like from Sachawani consultants, from DRDO also people will come. So like that, we have a list of panel of industry people who will keep on coming for us for evaluating our projects and giving inputs. So some will be acting as mentors to the department. This is how industry connect is established. So students are going to get benefited so that they can choose or sort out their goals in the right direction. So that's how department is going ahead with. And recently also we have got many projects. Now also one DST faculty development program is happening, in which students are also participants. This is one more domain of civil engineering, like geospatial technologies for the application of civil engineering, like flood modeling, flood prediction, climate changes. All those things are part of civil engineering, which are also going to have some kind of interdisciplinary collaboration with other departments. You can collaborate with computer science students, like prediction of damage detection using artificial intelligence techniques. This sort of projects are happening in the department, guided by the faculty. 40% of the projects taken by the students are interdisciplinary in nature. It is not like age old kind of practices we do here. VNRVJIET is going ahead along with the changing technology, so that civil engineering student is best placed. So coming to placements, our placement coordinator, Dr. Nagateja, will give an overview, more elaborated kind of thing. Majority of our alumni are placed in core sector, like good companies, Tata Projects, Worley, Pepspenar, Kirby. So many are there to list, like so L&T. So list is endless. Apart from that, they have opportunities even in the IT sector. So as I said, we take priorities right from second year from the students, how they want to land in. Accordingly, they'll be handheld. Right from first year, diagnostic tests will be conducted. So accordingly, the trainings will be offered to the student. So here one-to-one approach will be there in the department. So whenever a student is not able to perform well or not able to understand any particular course, mentoring will help them a lot. So my mentors are nothing but faculty members only. 4 years, every student will have one mentor. So keeping all these things in mind, and we have a great credential, that is National Board of Accreditation, AICT Delhi. From that, we have got 6 years of accreditation consecutively for the second time for our BTech Civil Engineering program. In 2022, second time our BTech Civil Engineering program has got 6 years accreditation, which is a greatest feather in the cap of civil engineering, because in the twin states of AP and Telangana, ours is the only civil engineering program which has got 6 years of accreditation. Apart from that, we have NBA accreditation for structural engineering PG program. So all other departments have, we have MOUs, 11 MOUs with industry, NHAI, NIT Warangal, and many industries like SU Constructions, BSCPL, we have PKT Ventures, to list few of them. We have MOUs. Part of that, we'll be sending our students to industry-oriented mini projects, the summer internship programs to industry for 45 days. So student will be getting exposure to the industry actually. So what they are supposed to do in the industry, how the things are there. So this is how we are establishing a strong linkage with the industry. So when the student is going out with flying colors after their graduation, we insist them to keep at least one job offer in hand, whether they take it up or not. So that they'll gain some confidence to face whether it is higher education or job. So many of our students are getting good gate ranks also. They are getting their PG admissions in IITs and NITs. So very recently, 32 of our students have got AEE shortlisted. They went for verification rounds. So that is also one of the strong feature of civil engineering department. Many entrepreneurs are there from our department. Proudly, I can say 32 of our faculty alumni are entrepreneurs, practicing entrepreneurs at a medium level. And we have different automation kind of companies are also coming. We have alumni who are placed in very good positions. So I'll not take much time. This is in brief about our civil engineering department at VNRVJIET. If your ward is going to opt for this, definitely they'll have better future. You need to keep in mind that our graph is going to have the slope steadily rising, not like IT sector. So after 3-4 years, our slope will be constant, and you will be having a secured place in the society or industry. Thank you, sir. Hopefully, I have given a better vision of civil engineering future at VNRVJIET. Thank you, Suresh, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, madam, for explaining the complete details and the strengths of civil engineering department. Thank you, madam. Now, a question for academic expert, Dr. BDV Chandramohan Rao. Sir, briefly tell us about the elective courses and the minor degree programs offered in the civil engineering branch.
Okay, sir.
Sir.
Am I audible, Suresh, sir?
Yeah, audible, sir.
Oh. The civil engineering program at VNRVJIET has a total of 160 credits. So not only the Department of Civil Engineering, any branch of engineering at VNRVJIET has 160 credits. So there are various kinds of courses like compulsory courses, elective courses, mandatory audit courses, MOOC courses, and virtual laboratories. In the compulsory courses, you have foundation courses, core courses, and project related, that is mini projects and minor projects. And in the foundation courses, you have engineering sciences, basic sciences, and HSS, that is humanities and social sciences, including management. And under the core, you have professional core subjects, which are very much required for any civil engineer. So those are the fundamental courses one has to read and one has to acquire the requisite number of credits. And in addition to this, you have, at the end of second year, students will be going to the industry and they'll be doing the mini project. And again, in the third year summer vacation, they'll be doing industry-oriented mini project. So these, and they'll be doing major project in the final year. So these mini projects and major projects constitutes about 10%. So these foundation courses, core courses, and project-related courses consisting of around 80% in the 160 credits. And coming to the, I just want to emphasize on the remaining 20% of the curriculum. So the remaining 20% of the curriculum, you have elective courses. Under elective courses, you have two types of courses, that is professional electives and the open electives. So these professional elective courses and the open elective courses constitute about 20%. So which is a very big number, which you don't find it in any of the other engineering colleges. So these compulsory courses and elective courses will be offered by any other engineering college. But what is unique here at VNRVJIET is the quantity and the quality of the courses that we are offering. So we will offer a wide variety of professional electives and the open electives. For example, if you take the professional electives, so students has a choice, that is CBCS system, choice-based credit system. So students can choose these professional electives right from 3-1. 3-1 means third year first semester. So in 3-1, they'll be studying professional elective 1, that is PE1, and in 3-2, they'll be studying PE2, and in 4-1, they'll be studying PE3 and PE4, and in 4-2, they'll be studying PE5 and PE6. So, and I just want to emphasize here, there are many specializations in civil engineering, like you have structural engineering, geotechnical engineering, water resources engineering, transportation engineering, environmental engineering. So we offer these professional electives across all the specializations of civil engineering. So students have the choice to choose the professional electives from any of these specializations of civil engineering. Suppose if a student wants to pursue PG in structural engineering, so he can have the choice to pick the professional electives from the structural engineering stream, so that he can pursue MTech in structural engineering, and later if he wants, he can pursue PhD in structural engineering. Similarly, if anybody wants to pursue their PG program, I mean MTech program in transportation engineering, so we have electives, professional electives spread over highway engineering, railway engineering, docks and harbors, traffic engineering, and so on. So depending upon their goal, in which specialization they need to pursue their MTech program or PhD program, they can choose the electives from the professional electives basket. So we have 6 professional electives spread across from 3-1, that is third year first semester, to 4-2, that is final year second semester. And apart from these professional electives 1 to 6, we have open electives. So we offer 4 numbers of open electives. These four numbers of, so we have many tracks in open elective. Every department offers open elective tracks. So if a student wants to study subjects which are related to the computer science branch or which are related to the ECE branch, they can choose the elective from that particular track. I just give you a list of open elective tracks offered by the departments. If you take the civil engineering department, so we offer open electives in smart cities and waste management. Triple E department offers open electives in green energy. Similarly, mechanical engineering offers 3D printing and design as an open elective. ECE branch offers IoT, that is Internet of Things, as an open elective, and augmented reality or virtual reality. Similarly, CSE branch, computer science engineering, they offer artificial intelligence and blockchain technologies as open electives. Similarly, instrumentation engineering, EI branch offers robotics as the open elective. Similarly, IT, information technology, offers cyber security and data sciences or big data analytics. And similarly, automobile engineering offers autonomous vehicles. So we have a wide variety of open electives offered by the other branches. So a civil engineering student can choose any of the track offered by any other branch of civil engineering other than civil engineering. So he can choose the track offered by the mechanical or ECE or computers and so on. For example, if the students wants to choose an artificial intelligence as the track, which is being offered by the CSE, so they need to study 4 subjects spread across from 3-1 to 4-2. So in third year, first semester, they have mathematics for artificial intelligence. In 3-2, they'll be studying fundamentals of AI. And in 4-1, they'll be studying machine learning techniques. And in 4-2, they'll be studying deep learning. So they can continue this particular track right from 3-1 to 4-2. So if students clears this particular track of 4 open electives, starting from 3-1 to 4-2, so you will have a BTech degree in civil engineering along with proficiency certificate in artificial intelligence. Similarly, so if anybody wants to take up a track in data sciences offered by the IT department, they'll be studying statistical methods for data science in 3-1, computational thinking using Python in 3-2, fundamentals of data mining in 4-1, and data analysis and visualization in 4-2. So you can have a choice of selecting this particular track offered by any other department other than civil engineering. Okay, so those are the wide variety of open electives that are being offered at VNRVJIET. So that is a brief about the professional electives and the open electives, which constitutes nearly 20%. So student has a 20% choice of selecting their own courses. Of course, another 80% is compulsory, which are the fundamental courses, which every civil engineering student has to read. So another 20% is the choice by the any civil engineer. And that's a brief about PEs and OEs, professional electives and the open electives offered at the VNRVJIET. Now I just speak about 1 or 2 minutes on BTech minor degrees that are being offered at VNRVJIET. So you can pursue major in civil engineering, and you can acquire minor in any of the 5 disciplines that we offer. So we offer minor degree program in 5 specializations like artificial intelligence and machine learning. Second one is data science. Third is cyber security. Fourth is IoT, that is Internet of Things. And 5 is entrepreneurship. So students can choose this if they need to acquire additional 18 credits if they want to get this BTech minor degree. So if any student is capable of reading over and above the credits that are being prescribed, so they can choose these BTech minor program either in AI or in DS or in cybersecurity or IoT or entrepreneurship. So they need to acquire additional 18 credits to get this BTech minor degree program. Suppose if he has chosen AI and ML, so he will, after getting 160 credits in BTech major and 18 credits in AI and ML, so he will be given BTech in civil engineering and minor in AI and ML. So which has a lot of weightage when he appears for the campus placements. He has a lot of edge over the other civil engineering students. So you have a flexibility of getting proficiency certificate. You have a choice of getting minor degree program in addition to the BTech civil engineering program. So which has a lot of advantage, and there is a chance of getting high package also. So when you appear for the campus placements. So this is a brief about the minor degree programs that we offer at VNRVJIET. Suresh sir, are you?
Yeah. Right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for explaining about professional elective courses, open elective courses, and about projects. And also, you explained minor degree programs which you are offering in the civil engineering department. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now, question to industrial expert, Dr. Padmaja Gokaraju. Ma'am, the civil engineering field constantly evolves, new technologies and materials emerge, allowing engineers to pioneer solutions. What are the expectations of industry from BTech civil engineering graduate? Can you answer this, madam?
Yeah. Greetings to you all. Thanks for the opportunity given to me to be a part of this team. Yeah, actually, in general, any industry have from undergraduate, they have an expectation, many expectations they keep. But at least minimum expectations are like they should have the technical proficiency, that is the fundamental knowledge of their subjects in the graduation, whatever the institute offer them, and with a general knowledge of the software skills, like STAD is the basic software that is required for civil engineers, and practical application. So during this study, they should have a field experience, like in the as a part of their interns or the co-programs, co-op programs during their education, and problem solving skills, a capability of like general MS Office knowledge, like Excel programming. If they should be able to do a small programming for their presentations to the customer, and innovation and adaptability is one more thing, like awareness of new technologies. It's not like general mugging up their subjects and all. They should have an awareness what is going around in the industry and around, like BIM modeling. BIM modeling is one of the required thing for any type of civil engineer. Like they choose that concrete or steel. BIM modeling is gives the good knowledge of 3D modeling of the structure, and sustainable building practices. So, what are the practices that are going in the industries, and a smart infrastructure? And adaptability. Adaptability is willingness to continuously learn and adapt to new technologies. So that's a very, very important aspect of any civil engineer. So they should choose the subject as a passion, not like a compulsion or as a choice. So as they didn't get any seat in the other field, they're forced to take a seat in the here. But whatever you choose, like civil engineering, if you choose, if you take it as a passion, then you'll have a sustainable career growth. So there are many people who are who stand example in this line, who has taken the civil engineering as a passion. So that's how willingness to continuously learn and adapt to new technologies, materials, and methods as the industry evolves. And communication and teamwork. So they should be open. They should have a good communication, and effective communication is very, very essential, and both verbally and writing skills, and also team collaborations. They should be open to work with any team, to with multidisciplinary teams, including architects, urban planners, and contractors. So that type of team, they should be open to work with any team. And if they want to choose project management, is one more line. So they should have organizational skills, like they should be able to plan their work and schedule their work and on-time deliverables. Uh, uh, how he can satisfy the customer. That's more important. So that's how any industry looks for, because they are the business people. So they always try to satisfy the customer in giving the results on time. The risk management. So a engineer should be able to question himself. So what are the risks that he has to face, whether in any designing or planning? They should take up the options. They should be open for the options to give that in any situation or in any challenge, they should be able to give the correct results on time and for the satisfaction of the customer. Then ethical and environmental responsibility. So that's very, very important. We are all talking about the green buildings concepts nowadays. And what are the materials you are using? Are you harming the environment and mankind? So that we should be very, very this one. And ethics of practice are very important, and the confidentiality what you should maintain while doing your project is very important, because in any field with the increased uh, competition, there are so many competitors. So you should be very, very uh, uh, loyal to the industry where you are working, and you should maintain the confidentiality, and that ethics should be maintained. And you should care for the human lives. That's how civil engineering is a very, very honored uh, subject or profession. I feel it is more honored profession than a doctor, because we are the people. The people's lives are there in our hands. So we should be very much. We are in civil engineering. I feel very proud to be a part of this stream, because we construct houses and we protect the people and we protect the environment with our knowledge and with all these ethical practices. So, sustainability, awareness and implementation of sustainable engineering practices to minimize environmental impact and promote resource efficiency. And regulatory knowledge. One more is regulatory knowledge is whatever we do, design, we should be abiding to some building codes and standards. That awareness of these codes is very much important, and how they are getting updated in the by the Bureau of Indian Standards or other international standards. We should have an awareness. And permitting and documentation. So all the permits. So how the documentation should be maintained, and records are maintained. A simple knowledge on that is very much important, is expected. And soft skills, that is critical thinking and leadership. So one has to have a strong analytical and critical thinking skills to evaluate complex problems and develop innovative solutions. And leadership skills. Leadership means you need not command a group of people at this young age, but you should be able to present yourself. You should be show your leadership skills that yes, you have the knowledge of all this and you can do it. Take up any challenge and give a uh, and motivate the other team members also. Okay, by meeting these expectations, the meeting civil engineers, graduates can significantly contribute to the success of their projects and the advancement of the civil engineering field. So this is applicable to not only steel industry, it is to any industry. Like now there is a lot of advancements in materials, like not only simple concrete and steel, we have so many composite materials too in the market. So that's what I feel. These are the expectations from the industry. And coming back to my experience in the pre-engineered buildings, my expertise is in pre-engineered buildings, and I'm continuously working on these pre-engineered buildings since '99, since inception of this Kirby Building Systems. I'm there, and I got a great chance to introduce this PEB concept to the nation. This is the first pre-engineered building company in India. So that's how we have taken a leading role in promoting this concept to India. So here, this sector, this pre-engineered buildings, is involved in the design, fabrication, assembly, and of pre-engineered steel buildings. So that's a major that's the activity of this pre-engineered building industry. So here we have various roles of jobs for civil engineers, like design engineers. The basic and foremost uh, position is design engineer. So design engineers will be responsible for the planning of the building and uh, analysis and section selection and doing the design of any structure. Like apart from in civil engineering, we have many applications, many applications like infrastructure that which covers like bridges, roads, railways. Apart from that, buildings are the major. They consume lot of materials like steel. But we use the steel for these structures, like in which we have industrial buildings, multi-story buildings, and many applications. Industrial buildings means various industries like textile industries, tire manufacturing industries, the automotive industry, and pharma buildings. And we have many types of buildings and auditoriums because wherever the large span buildings are there, so steel is the only option to go ahead with this steel. And nowadays, having so many challenges of quality issues and manpower issues, skilled manpower issues, people are opting for 100% industrial products. So that's how this pre-engineered buildings has got so much importance in the society and in the construction field. That's how most of the buildings, almost 90% of the buildings are into pre-engineered buildings now. And so that's how civil engineers has a great demand, great demand in this pre-engineered industry. So in which design engineers are treated like great importance, given a great importance. So they should have. So what are the responsibilities for the design engineers there? So they'll be the persons who will be planning and giving good uh, value added solutions to the customers based on their experience for the minimum cost. So minimum cost to reduce the weight of the structure or to have a minimum cost of the structure. So they should be suggesting them the column positions or the loading and all those things. So they should have, in addition to the regular engineering concepts, structural analysis concepts, they should have the knowledge of the new materials coming into the market. In steel, especially, we have many grades of steel available in the market now, and we have a wide range of hot roll sections that are getting manufactured in the India itself. And for secondary members, we use cold-formed, high-strength cold-formed steel sections. And for high-strength cold-formed sections, they are rolled in day temperature and the room temperature by using some rollers. So earlier we used to import the raw material from outside because we don't have the facilities to manufacture in India, and we have the for rolling the sections, even the rollers also we used to import. But now with the Make in India concept, we are doing everything in India. So we have a great chance for the civil engineers, great chance for the civil engineers to know expand their knowledge in these lines, and great chance for their doing some startups also. So that's how civil engineers are has a great advantage now in India. And the skills needed are proficiency in structural design software also is required. So there are many softwares now. So especially in pre-engineered buildings, there are some exclusive software other than StatPro. Everybody knows StatPro and AutoCAD. AutoCAD is for drawings and StatPro is for structural analysis. Other than that, they have some metal building system software, which does exclusively for software uh, pre-engineered building design. So a knowledge of that will help the engineers to automatically do the entire design with more iterations and giving the lesser weight at a time with the minimum weight of the structure opting for, because weight is directly proportional to the cost of the structure. So that type of solutions that it can be suggested to the customers. And for connections, we have RAM softwares. And for detailing, RAM is one software which is supplied by Bentley along with the StatPro. And Idea Statica is one more software, very good software. Mostly this is used by the mechanical engineers, but now it purely works on the finite element modeling. So the design, so design engineer only can do using this idea static, all types of connections, end plate connections or overlapping connections, any connections. So a knowledge of this will help them to give a better design there. Of course, for design engineers, we opt for MTech students for better structural analysis knowledge and all, and updated knowledge. And but a BTech engineer who is very good in the structures, the basic concepts of structural engineering, and with knowledge on this MBS or StatPro, can be viewed and can be taken. But mostly we prefer for design engineers and tech with all this. And second is the site engineers. So earlier days, when we talk about civil engineers, most of the parents will have an idea that they are used as site engineers, where their son or daughter, they have to go around the sites in the hot sun, and they have a trouble in doing it. But it's not the case now. So site engineers are also provided with great facilities. When you go, they have AC cubicles are given at site where they can sit and work as if they are doing in their office, design office. And they also have a great experience of viewing the structures, what the design is done. So they are the front end soldiers to the customers and direct interaction with the customers, and they have a great experience, and they can face all challenges. So they'll have lot of satisfaction, job satisfaction, and they are the one who can satisfy the customer needs. So the responsibilities are like oversee the construction and installation of PV structures on site, ensure compliance with design specifications, manage subcontractors, and ensure safety protocols. All these are they're followed by the site engineers. And skills needed are practical knowledge of construction processes, strong communication skills, problem solving ability, and attention to safety. Safety is very, very important. The quality and safety are very important at site, and they will have a great knowledge of that also. And project engineers. Project engineers are basically who are the project planners, who basically coordinate with the design engineers, detailing engineers, and construction engineers, and the sales. So they are the mediators who has to satisfy all the time cycles of all these other departments, and the knowledge of Primavera or MS project, so they can handle the project, and the entire scheduling and planning of the project will be in their hands. So as Malika Madam told, that civil engineers are easily moldable to any of these lines, like site engineers or project engineers or design engineers or structure, anything, or software engineers. So one more thing I wanted to tell is, like, share my knowledge, my experience, that last year I was invited as a industry expert to be a part of Technology Vision 2047. which is conducted in IIT Hyderabad during last May. So there they asked what are the how we have to tackle the ask for some suggestions as an industry expert in the infrastructure theme under infrastructure theme. So then I suggested, and truly I belong to I really want to encourage the civil engineering students because there is huge scope. There is huge scope for development, and there is no way less than any software professionals because they can be easily molded to as software engineers. And what I suggested is civil engineering should not be taken as a separate branch. Now everything is for automation. Everything is for automation with the knowledge of software language like Python with AI and ML. It should be taken as part of civil engineering subjects, and if they're trained to develop their own automation techniques, then a combination of the core subject with the knowledge of softwares. So that's the future. That's the future. That's what is required now, and it will. The fastness of the work can be multifold, and the industries can grow in a very faster pace. So that's how the growth of structural injuries also will be into multifold. So that's my observation, and that's what was the suggestion given in the Technology Vision 2047 by me there. And truly, when Madam is elaborating on about the options, what they included all these software everywhere in your curriculum. I felt so happy that whatever is communicated is coming to practical. So even this was discussed by with IIT professors also. Even at IIT Delhi also, I was discussing the same. And many of these universities, including IITs, are implementing this, and I'm very happy. And this curriculum, whatever suggested by VNRVJIET, is not less to any IITs. So I'm very happy for that. And the engineer will have a bright future when they take up this thing. And even Madam is also taking up some uh, that research work on health monitoring of steel structures. That is very important. That's an advanced topic that's going to the future. We are doing all steel structures, but voltage structures. So the health monitoring is very important. And even this point also, I discussed in the Technology Vision 2047. Even I presented some tools which are required to auto check or auto quality check, which are helpful for the auto quality check of the erected structures, so that the maintenance of the structures will be easy there. So that's how. And the other part is directly for BTECs. I was suggesting even learning of with the knowledge of softwares like Tekla modeling, the detailing of steel structures is very important, as equal as the design engineer's role. Detailers in structural detailers in pre-engineered buildings are very important, and their role is very important because as they detail, without any wastage of the material, the components will be produced at the plant, and they will be directly supplied to site for bolted connections. So the responsibility of this, a BTech person who has interest for detailing, they should not feel low because detailing is more important than designing is truly I share. So the knowledge of Tekla software, if they are good at the Tekla software and the knowledge, the basic knowledge of structural engineering, they can take up the role of detailers. And even we have in our Kirby, we have even MTech students who have opted for detailers and they're shining good. And very short time also, they're becoming checkers and team leaders also. So that's the future now. So AutoCAD is very minimally used, and the future will be for Tekla structures. So software knowledge of this is also very much important for a structural detailer. Then quality control engineers. So at site, as well as in the plant also for material quality checking. Civil engineers can be easily molded to that line. So if an engineer has a passion to understand the testing methods of various materials, a good knowledge on the strength of materials and the testing of various materials or components, they can choose that line. So that is with BTech, with having some an updated some I don't know, the related some software knowledge is required, testing methods and all. So they can offer the quality engineers and estimation engineers. Estimation engineers also has a great opportunities here for estimating the materials rightly and inventory. So this helps in inventory controls. Inventory controls means they should not is an input to the purchase department, wherein they should very precisely buy the material without wasting the material. So that's how that also a big cost saving there. So estimation engineer is also a good choice, have a good choice. And later, with the knowledge of estimation, with some experience in this, so they can get transferred to, they can choose for other job roles like project managers or construction managers. They can be changed with added knowledge of upgrading their skills and some qualifications that they can do. And sales and marketing with the knowledge of design, material, all this, any person can move into sales and marketing. So that's a great field. They are the direct interact. They'll be directly interacting with the customers, understanding the specifications of the customers, and rightly is, suggesting them the right solutions. That's very important. So that's how also they have a great career path to go into higher levels as general managers of the organizations or the CEOs of the organization. That's also they can rightly choose their path in a due course of time with experience. All this comes. So a sustainable career growth is viewed in this line for civil engineers. And one more great department is the research and development. So steel has a lot of innovation. Innovations that happened in last 25 to 30 years. There are so many innovations with, into materials and section sizes, shapes. So steel is such a flexible material. You can mold it into any shape, whatever the design is required. So to take the proper strength and reduce the weights. So strength to weight ratio is the criteria for any research and development. So like R&D engineers, they can work continuously on these new materials. Like in Kirby, have developed many such things like industrial racking system using a cold form sections. So like that, cold form sections are has it many advantages. And engineer, if he has the passion, he can go into in-depth knowledge, get the in-depth knowledge into that field, and he can uh, go for that area. So they should have skills related are strong research skills, creativity. They should have the creativity, knowledge of the latest industry trends, and problem solving ability. For automation, knowledge on Python language with AI and ML. So this all helps in working of in the R&D department. Then maintenance engineers also should have the knowledge on that whether any proper torque is maintained for this bolted connections. They're very important because the entire structural the structural stability lies in the connections of the steel structures. So they should be able to give a proper torque and in a due course of time, the torque is in place, or the bolts are wore, or any deterioration of the bolts or connections can be analyzed by these maintenance engineers, and they should be able to suggest instant modifications at site. So they also have a great importance there. And procurement engineer. like the civil engineers can be molded to any line if they have interest in procurement. So procurement is not a small like buying some small things. For steel industry, we have every day, very frequently, we'll be listening to so many grades of steels, the bolts, and anchors, and the type of anchors and the type of boards, and many things are coming into market nowadays, and they should, with a good knowledge of structural engineering, they can do better justice for the as a procurement engineer in procuring the right product for the right structure, and optimizing the project cost. So that's how these are all the various jobs that any civil engineer can have with in PV industry. So by pursuing these roles, undergraduate civil engineers can leverage their education and skills in the dynamic and growing field of engineering buildings, contributing to the efficient and innovative construction of these structures. So what I suggest civil engineers are like, stay updated with the latest developments in steel construction techniques, material science, and industry standards through continuous learning and professional development courses. So for all this, even this was I was suggesting in many of our interactions with Madam too. Like industry institution interaction is very important, wherein the latest technology or latest materials or latest methods in construction methods can be shared with the institute, and accordingly, students, if they are molded in that uh, in that line, then they'll be very much useful for the industry, and no doubt they'll have a sustainable career growth. Okay. So, and another thing is why there is a continuous development of career in pre-engineered buildings are the factors such as government initiative to promote infrastructure development, urbanization, and the growing needs for sustainable construction practices further contribute to the positive outlook for civil engineers in the steel PV industry in India. Additionally, as technology advances and new materials and construction techniques emerge, civil engineers will need to stay updated with the latest trends and skills to remain competitive in the industry. So this is the point I want to share with you all. And good luck to all engineers, civil engineers, newly joining
Thank you, Manu.
engineers.
Thank you. Thanks a
Thank you
lot
so much.
for
I think
very
I've taken more time.
elaborate opportunities for a young graduate when they go out. What is the skill set required for them to shine? So very elaborately being projected by you. Thank you very much, ma'am, being part of this panel discussion. Now we will move on to Anurag Reddy, who is also our alumni. He started his own firm, Connect Concrete. We invite Anurag Reddy to give his insights. How challenging was it to turn into an entrepreneur? Anurag, do you have any specific experiences in the college which led you to choose this career path? Anurag?
Ma'am, very good evening. So, am I audible in the first place?
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, thank you for having me, ma'am. So for to say to become an entrepreneur, because there is a constant change which I was seeking in terms of previously working for 5 years. I worked across various domains. So that is the reason. So initially, I was working for an IBRCL as a site engineer. Then post my post graduation in construction management at NICMAR. Then I was campus placed into ITC Limited as a planning manager there, and then doing that a couple of years of job over there. Then I moved to the next level, which is being a project manager at a Earth Design Build, and then working for there a couple of years. Then I moved to product management, and I was developing into a construction SaaS product for easing out all the documents of the construction industry, basically RFIs, developing 3D BIM models for the tracking of the actuals versus the planned, and documentation with respect to whatever now Autodesk and Bentley and Bentley Systems and Bluebeam and all these guys are doing. So this is an Indian startup which is trying to solve the Indian problem with respect to the schedules and all those things. So basically, from what are the changes? So how has college VNRVJIET affected me in getting into these things? Because there was a lot of freedom back in the day for us. So when we graduated in 2012, so we did not have these many curriculums also. There was pretty standard. We did not have these many electives. And so now almost the course is almost similar to construction management, post-graduation, this thing. So, but we wanted to explore because back then we did not have many options. So we always wanted to explore something. So those are the reasons. And because always becoming an entrepreneur was not an ideal way, but because due to the COVID and all those things, you get stuck up by doing only the same work at home and this thing. So then gradually we found that concrete technology is the only thing which remains constant across all different domains of civil engineering. You can take transportation, you can take buildings, you can take infrastructure projects, you can take road and this thing. So wanted to know, because this is the only thing which will sustain, because there are no other technologies which are replacing concrete as of now. But the only way going forward one was prefab and other was pre-engineered buildings. Next would be the DFMA, where you design all the manufacturing of the elements will happen. So these were one of the reason getting into entrepreneurship, because I wanted to know what is the one thing which is going to sustain in the industry, because I might never know, there might be other new materials which are coming up, because there is a constant evolution which is going on. As Padmaja ma'am has rightly pointed out, there are a lot of scope, lot of changes are happening in the industry, because every day you hear about something new technology coming up, and keeping up updated is the biggest challenge for us as a professionals, as entrepreneurs also, because you get outdated at one point of time at certain things. So that is becoming a challenging, because as a planning manager, also when I was working in ITC, most of my job was in handling softwares rather than going to the site. It's more of a man management, coordination between teams, where you understand not only your domain, but you understand the domain of your mechanical, how an electrical person works, how an plumbing guy works, what are the prerequisites required to complete your job, what the civil engineering job to be done. So a lot of prerequisites and these all things are required, because more or less that is what is going to, more or less civil engineering is more about planning. So you need to know the list of the activities to be done, because I'm not more into structure side. I can only vaguely basically speak about the construction management aspect of it, because already we are always being induced that you need to get this job done, but civil engineering is only about structures. So I never believed that. So that's why I have chosen going for my post-graduation in construction management, and post which I could see a world which is very open. So then by which what happened, it has given me an opportunities to explore many things with respect to, during my initial days as a project manager, started using quantity takeoff from building information modeling. Not for the steel at least, because back then the steel quantities would make the model very heavy. So we used to take up the tile quantities, the concrete quantities, the blocks quantities. All these would have been taken up from the BIM model itself. And also we would take up all the, we would used to verify the drawings by just given our perspective with respect to the sections to have a more clarity. If you want, we are not able to understand the 2D drawings, we would take the help of the building information modeling and see, okay, how is the structure coming up? We'll be able to visualize it much better. So, and then the technology and using of the softwares is become a very huge part of our day-to-day life also, because in being an entrepreneur, being into an RMC industry, we are also starting to come up with trying to look out for softwares which are there, So which can help us in easing our job, because as the RMC industry is more of a more manual and organizational setup is required, where everyone has to look over, because now the grades of the concrete have been increasing. So now the people are looking for M60s and M70s as a norm. So because as the I-rise is increasing in our very city of Hyderabad itself, we are catering to a structure of 58 floors now. So as a supplier for concrete, so the minimum grade of concrete for them is M30, starting at M30 and ending and the higher being M60. And also the people are now looking for what you call for M60 SCC, M70 SCC. So now Neopolis is going to have a 70-story building also, which is going to come up. So there's a lot of changes happening with respect to the chemical technology aspect of it also. If I can say, the admixtures are getting more powerful, and also there is a change in the cements also now. Now they're trying to get a premix of GGBS plus OPC cements into the directly, but the industry acceptance is what is slowing down the innovation process in the material side, at least for the concrete segment at least. So there is a lot of change which is happening, but the acceptance criteria is also is getting gradually improving. But I don't see in the very future that how shall this technologies go forward. And now being an entrepreneur it's been a sudden jump during the COVID time, because I was getting to be frank, it has been getting monotonous doing the same job and this thing. But being an entrepreneur, you will be able to know about your regulations. You need to know about your human resources. You will get to know about your accounting. You will be knowing about your collection and financing. How should you finance your upcoming assets you need to procure, and also you need to do with the vendor negotiations. You need to go get with your customer. Sales is a big thing. So I think everyone should be a salesman. So yeah, that is the one skill which I say as an we should put up in the curriculum as a more of a human resources or a business management kind of a thing, because sales gives us a lot of rejection, and then once you get a lot of rejection, you'll be able to handle much bigger things in life. And so that is there. Then also getting a proficiency in Excel. So that is what I see now people are lacking as at the basic level. Whoever graduates are coming in, or the basic essential of having a Excel formulas and how to use an Excel and how to do the presentations and framing of the Word documents, or starting creating presentations. These are the bigger challenges, more basic, but these are the things which is going to make you presentable, which are going to make you make your process easier as you go along in your path. Because everyone, once you get those basic skills sorted out, then it's much more easy to present your things and get your word out there. So that is far more important with respect to how you go about. And also the other thing is that once you become a civil engineer, you can do anything else. But if you start doing, an IT engineer cannot become a civil engineer. But the civil engineer has a unique and a very important tool is that once being a civil engineer, you can coordinate with any domain across the segments. So it will help you much better with respect to various things. So I suggest to the upcoming students and everyone that civil engineering is very vast. So it has many domains. It's not only related to structures. It's not only related to I have to go work in the site only. Because once you start working in the site, it gives you a certain layer of foundations. So for a couple of years, I suggest everyone should be working in the site. Then you can choose the path you want to go into. So that will give you a lot of know-how of how the industry works. Because not everything can be taught in college. Not everything can be some things have to be taken at the practical level, because most of the things will be how you manage your managers, how you manage with your colleagues, so how you get the best out of it. So there is a lot of knowledge transfer which happens at the site level. So once you gain that, once you know how the hierarchy runs, how the business runs, then you can go into whatever domain you choose. Now you see there is an IoTs, there you have SaaS products you can develop, you can have what you call, now you have drones, now you can what you call drones which can take you, give you the accurate measurements of a existing building. And a lot of data is put up in a systematical way into systems, so that the machine learning can come into play. So now, as these many days we did not have a lot of data, now companies are starting to have the data also. They are trying to have their own schedules which are being stored. So for a similar kind of project, what was the duration taken? So now there are many things which are coming up in the construction industry with respect to not only the technology, but also how we operate. And you see now you see a Maiwan shuttering which has come up. And if you see all the right next to our college, we have Vasavi who is doing the Maiwan shuttering buildings. And also you can take up Phoenix who are doing up with prefabricated structures. And they're not so that is, they're also building up buildings in a much faster way. Now people are taking time in planning and using regulations, building norms and everything, and then rather than the execution of it. So there's a lot of change which is happening in front of us. So if you can see what is a Maiwan shuttering and all these things, if you can see My Home Bhuja, I can give you examples which are of Maiwan shuttering. These all are their things. So everything is coming up. So there's a lot of opportunity. Just you guys need to have some basic skills and you need to present your things, because you just need to, you need to know once, as BDV sir told, there's a lot of mentorship programs which are going on. Glad you guys are having it. So because we did not even know them back then, because as the engineering department was evolving, now the college, now everything is such at a high level. So you are having electives which are so fascinating to hear. So and these all things going to help very much, because this is now the BTech Civil Engineering is almost like an post-graduation in NICMAR. Just that you need to have a couple of contracts and these laws, because contracts and how are agreements formed and these things. I think that is the only thing missing in the curriculum, if I'm guessing. So if those things are there, this is almost like a postgraduate program in construction management. So that's it, ma'am. So this is what I wanted to share regarding how we can go about and this thing.
Thank you, Anurag. Thanks a lot for sharing your experiences. Very nicely said, and rightly, truly pointed out that entrepreneurship requires passion. As you said, in the curriculum, we have entrepreneurship as a mandatory course.
Ma'am, mandatory, it's because again it's a choice, ma'am. Not everyone want to be an entrepreneur, so that is there.
So we have open elective also as entrepreneurship. We have minor degree track also as innovation and entrepreneurship. Lots of things are there in place.
Yes, ma'am. I'm glad we are having all those things, because.
And apart from that, institute level, we have VJ Hub to incubate your ideas, ideate them, and make them to follow as a startup. Thank you, Anurag, for sparing your time with us.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Over to Suresh, sir.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Next, our alumni, VNRVJIET alumni, Pooja Rao. This question is for you. You are working in Arcadia. Arcadia is a company where technology powers the next generation of climate solutions. Can you briefly tell us how you fit in as a civil engineer in this company?
Sure. Thank you for the question, Suresh sir. Hello, everyone. My name is Pooja Rao. I would start with a brief introduction about myself and my journey of how I landed from VNR into Arcadis. So I graduated from VNR in 2012. Me and Anurag are batchmates, actually. So I take pride in being a VNR alumni. I didn't realize that until I came to the US in 2013. I realized how much our coursework, our professors, and our lab work has helped me evolve into the master's program. I actually felt I didn't learn much in the master's program because our professors were so good. And I think the coursework has definitely evolved a lot more than what we had learned back then. It's very interesting to hear how the curriculum has evolved to match the industry standards now. But definitely back then itself, I felt that I had already learned everything I needed to, even to pursue as a structural engineer. Unlike Anurag, I really loved to be a structural engineer. I think Burj Khalifa was the one that inspired me. I think from 10th standard, I always wanted to be a civil engineer. And that passion led me to where I am today. I will address one of the main things that many people face initially as a civil engineer. And I think all of you have in the panel covered this to some aspect. Some people think, in fact, a majority think that civil engineers don't make much money, and that is the reason they go into the software field. But this is not true. You might struggle a little bit in the initial days, but as you gain experience, you can take help from your alumni to get your first job. But once you get your first job, you will see money flowing in as your experience grows. And as rightly presented by all the other panel members, there are various opportunities that are available, and the growth is extremely vast even in today's world. I'm based out of New Jersey in USA. Even from a developed country point of view, I would say that there's a lot of scope of development, and don't think that you will not make money as a civil engineer. That is so not true. It will take time to evolve, but your passion will lead you to great opportunities, and the best way to serve the community is what I would say. I will delve into my topic now as to how I am facilitating the sustainability and how we are addressing climate change as a company. So our company, Arcadis, has a motto saying we are improving the quality of life. So how we do that in this span, we want to reach a net zero initiative has been started by our company. And by 2025 and at the latest 2040, we want to reach the net zero. Net zero, what it means briefly is the carbon emissions that we make and how we are eliminating them. They have to come to a net zero. So we can never stop producing carbon monoxide because of all the manufacturing or the transportation that we do, and so many other processes that happen in our lifetime. We emit a lot of, we leave a carbon footprint. So the motto is to make that net zero so that we are not harming the environment more than what has already been done. And as we progress, as we evolve through this initiative, we also want to go into the net negative. So we want to be able to produce more oxygen so that we can reduce the carbon dioxide effect. So that is one of our main mottos as part of Arcadis. Now, how we plan this is there's a holistic approach to this. For any solution to be sustainable, it has to be good for the planet. It has to be beneficial to the people and the communities that exist in this society, and it has to be economically viable. Now, many of you must have faced that if you were part of the solar energy initiative, you might have seen, if you were one of the first few people who took up the initiative, it was very expensive at the time. But as technology has evolved, we have grown into making it more and more accessible. You will see this more evolution in cars, actually. If you see the Tesla cars or any electronic vehicles, which is the trend right now, you'll see that making any sustainable solution has to become economically viable as well, so that a common man can afford to think about the environment and think about their effect on the environment. And if the economics work, then they will start thinking about it. So instead of going for a petrol car, they will go for an electric car, and that evolves. So what we do as part of our company and how we are achieving this comes in 3 stages. Number 1 is the client solutions. So the existing infrastructure or the existing government agencies are the ones who are controlling these infrastructure. So we come up with solutions for them on how we can make this more sustainable and what are the changes they can make to make their operations more sustainable. Next, we come with our people and communities. So we need to spread more and more awareness on how each person's impact to the environment contributes to the whole world as a planet. So you must have heard of the initiative where the junk from one country is put in another country and the country claims that they are not producing, which is not true. We all work as one planet. So there needs to be more awareness, and we are getting involved in the ground level through our charitable organizations and various chapters that we have, where we reach out to people and the community and spread awareness of, from a simple example of, instead of carrying a plastic water bottle, you carry a steel water bottle. It might be a little more difficult for you, but in the long run, it is making sure that your next generation is not impacted by the environmental effect that we have created. So this is a major part. And then we come into the business operations. So business operations plays out in very many different ways, like Padmaja ma'am was saying, or like Anurag was saying. The materials that we use, like let's say you need air conditioning to operate in your office or at home. So how can you make your building more efficient or use green technology to help keep your house and your office cooler naturally by planting in a way that and adopting technologies. There are numerous technologies. In fact, India has been one of the pioneers since long time. Our ancestors and I've been reading about this a lot, that there are places where they knew how to engineer the building or any space such that there's a natural flow of air and there is a natural movement of sunlight entering into the building and the air space that we are living in, which will help you keep the place cool, warm, and very close to the environment that's outside. So we work on these solutions on a daily basis, and this is achieved through various sources like green buildings, green infrastructure in general. One of my classmates, in fact, is part of the Green Building Council, and they have their own initiative now, who they go into building villas which are self-sustainable. So they have a self-sustainable community which builds into how you get everything in the community with minimal usage of AC, with minimal usage of petroleum. They use biogas inside the community so that they can use this for producing electricity, for keeping for your cooking and things like that. So these kind of initiatives are being developed. And then we have certain projects as part of Arcade where we do how to remove the plastic that has already been dumped into the oceans. How do we clear these plastic, and how do we make sure to use these materials? Those are some of the initiatives that we have been taking up, and we are actively part of producing green energy through windmills in some of the countries that we operate. Arcadis is a big company, so we are all over the world. We in fact have some offices in India. We have offices in in Europe and in all the states in the United States. And we are in Canada, you name it, and probably we are there. We're a global company creating impact, and our influence has been very strong. And
Sorry to interrupt you, Pooja. Do you want to convey that civil engineer has a lot of roles even in climate change and sustainable development goals also?
Absolutely. So that's where I was heading to. So how we are achieving all this is by as a civil engineer, you are able to help your clients plan cities as a more sustainable. You may come across some new technologies such as green roads also, where when through the passage of vehicles, you will produce electricity. And this kind of development requires a civil engineer. And how we do this is like you need transportation engineers for that. You need structural engineers for that. When we talk about green buildings, you need structural engineers. You need all types of engineers actually to assemble to come together for a building or even a bridge to come together. So how we are contributing to that is through helping planning, like how Anurag was saying, how we are planning out all these infrastructure and how we are making our impact lesser and lesser. First, we want to reach net zero, and then we want to go into net negative as well. And then comes the important contribution of water and the environmental engineers, who help identify what these contaminants are, how do we eliminate these from our daily water usage, and how do we treat our sewage treatment plants. Sewage treatment plants, in fact, can be treated to a level that it can be at least used for watering. And I think the evolution is going towards where we can use it for drinking as well. So that is the amount of technology that has been developing over the past 20 years or so. So all of these require a different specialization of civil engineers, from a structural engineer to an environmental engineer to a water resource engineer to a transportation engineer. All these specializations come together to bring about this sustainable change. One of the major challenges that we are facing today is a lot of infrastructure has is coming from the post-Second World War era. So how do we develop or maintain these kind of infrastructure? And it is a very good opportunity to develop them with sustainable materials. And that is where our role comes into play. Whether you're a structural engineer, whether you're a transportation engineer, you have a role to play. And in my role as a bridge engineer, I used to design highway bridges previously. Now I'm coming into the rail in bridges, where you are in fact improving the public transportation, and we are directly serving the society. So when you improve public transportation, you're automatically helping in the reduction of carbon dioxide, so that n number of people, let's say, for example, if I take 100 people who would be driving in their individual cars, will now take the public transportation, automatically reducing that much carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. So that's the kind of direct impact that a civil engineer can create, even by sitting in the office and doing as a design engineer. The panel members have illustrated how working in the site has improved their experience, and how it will help you in developing as a civil engineer. When you take that experience and put it in the design field, and even when I sit in the office and I am doing the design, my holistic experience is the more we improve the public transportation, the more we are helping the environment directly. I'm not sure if a software engineer gets that satisfaction, but as a civil engineer, I can tell you that on a day-to-day basis, I can tell that my work on every day is improving the public transport, because I am working on a public transportation project currently. And I can tell you that I'm serving the society directly, and I get that job satisfaction from there. And of course, I'm equally paid very well for that. I just want to illustrate that civil engineering is extremely bright opportunity as well. To conclude, I would also like to include the AI in evolution into civil engineering. So we are using AI not only just to become a smart infrastructure, but also to become more sustainable, to be more safe, create more safety standards in our construction sites or in the office in different ways. So the technologies have developed to an extent where they can be placed on the infrastructure, and they can sense what, and we are developing in creating how they can sense, or we are teaching the AI on how they are able to collect data from the structures or all the infrastructure and tell us when it requires repair. So there's constant monitoring. That is number one, which will help if you allow an inspection team to go and inspect a structure, that is going to stop the flow of traffic, let's say. And that is, in fact, going to directly impact the carbon emission, because there's going to be a huge traffic jam behind trying to get into a one lane instead of 2 or 3 lanes, because somebody is inspecting the bridge or structure that's around a traffic held area. So if we are involving AI to do this inspection, and we teach how this can monitor and how to grab that data and make sense of it on what needs repair and what doesn't, and to produce a prognosis, if I can say that, on how long the structure is going to be durable, how it's going to be sustainable, what is the effect it is going to create on the environment. So we can use AI in that aspect as well, and not just be for smart technology, like you enter the home and lights turn on, not just for that. That is also there, but we can also use it in various other ways. And I'm really appreciative of our college taking up AI and machine learning into the curriculum, so that will be a next step development for them. And to conclude, as a closing statement, I would put this out. I, in my career experience for the past 10 years, I have seen of late that the number of civil engineers are decreasing, which is why I put it out there again one more time, that you can be a civil engineer and later on decide to be a software engineer, but the other way around is not going to work. Because we have the core principles, the core mechanics that we need to develop these structures, to maintain these structures. And we have a very good opportunity in India and all around the world, whether it's a developed country or a developing country. The infrastructure is either new or it has to be maintained, because all the infrastructure that developed countries have are from the post-World War. So they have to be maintained, they have to be renewed. And you may all have seen the new the bridge in the news, that the bridge collapsed due to due to a ship collision. So you need civil engineers for that. A software engineer cannot make that up. So definitely take up civil engineering. You have a lot of opportunity, either in developing new infrastructure or in maintaining the structure, and you can create a direct impact on creating sustainable solutions for yourself and for the entire planet on the whole. Thank you for the time, and I'm really grateful to my college for whatever knowledge they've imparted me. It has brought me this far. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah. Thank you, Pujara, for your elaborate explanation. Thank you. Now, Abhinay is alumni of VNRVJIET. He is working in Circle Technologies. Mr. Abhinav, this question is for you.
Yes.
Tell us something about your job role in this construction management software firm. How did you get interested in this domain? Can you explain?
Yeah. Thanks for the question initially. I'm delighted to share my experience in this fascinating world and to be back at VNRVJIET, where my journey in engineering began. I got interested in the domain of construction management software through a combination of my educational background and my personal experiences. I completed my degree in civil engineering with a minor in data sciences and achieved a CGPA of 9.1. During my studies, I developed a strong foundation in engineering principles and gained exposure to data analysis. This interdisciplinary approach, which I've chosen, sparked my interest in integrating technology with construction processes. At VNRVJIET, I had the unique opportunity to be involved in various practical projects that enriched my learning experience. I participated in various third-party GHMC quality assurance tests and visited sites for quality monitoring of CC roads. Additionally, I have also performed on-site non-destructive testing for an office building that had experienced a fire accident. to assess its structural strength. Moreover, I was also able to undertake numerous projects and publish papers under the guidance of esteemed professors, further solidifying my understanding and passion for the field. This hands-on experience and academic achievements, which are a hallmark of VNRVJIET, were invaluable in shaping my practical knowledge and skills. The placement training sessions which were provided by my college were very instrumental in shaping my career path. They equipped me with the necessary skills and knowledge to secure offers from several leading companies like TCS, Cognizant, Capgemini, Wipro, L&T, and Encircles Technologies. I ultimately chose Encircles Technologies because it offered me the opportunity to stay connected with my core civil engineering background and my interest in data sciences. So coming to my role at Encircles Technologies, I serve as a lead for solutions and implementations. In this role, I play a vital role in helping our clients transition from traditional construction processes to digital solutions using our construction management software Encircles Arena. So on a whole, I oversee all the client interactions, ensuring that their specific needs and challenges are understood and addressed effectively. This involves conducting thorough consultations, providing tailored solutions, and offering continuous support throughout the implementation process such that it goes on a smoother way. As the bridge between our clients and our development team, I lead the implementation of our software, ensuring seamless integration into our clients' workflows and customization to meet their requirements. I also conduct various training sessions and provide ongoing support to ensure a smooth transition. Furthermore, I am also responsible for optimizing our software to address real-time challenges faced by construction managers, such as scheduling conflicts, budget overruns, and compliance issues. So we are currently working with very huge parties like Ahmedabad Urban Development Authority, which is currently involved in developing a smart city around Ahmedabad, Assam Roadways, which is also dealing with constructing around 12 highways around Assam, National Health Mission of Tamil Nadu, which is developing around 2,500 hospitals all around Tamil Nadu to leverage the healthcare across the Tamil Nadu state. So by leveraging my engineering background and data analysis skills, I drive innovation and efficiency in construction projects, ultimately contributing to more sustainable and safer practices. In summary, I would say my role at Encircles Technologies allows me to combine my passion for civil engineering and data sciences at the same time, which is making a meaningful impact on the construction industry. It's incredibly fulfilling to see our clients' projects thrive with the help of our software. Yeah.
Thank you, Abhinav.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot. Sharing your experiences, how your interest has led you into a nice role where you have a lot of job satisfaction because you have passion towards data science as well as core engineering branch. You didn't lose that
Okay. Thank you, Abhinav.
Civil engineering.
Next, question to placement coordinator, Dr. Nagateja. Dr. Nagateja, can you explain on civil engineering branch placement statistics?
Yes, sir. Right. For most of the students who join civil engineering or any branch of engineering, their major motto is to get placed in some good corporate companies with good packages. And I'm very much happy to say that civil engineering in VNRVJIET will be able to provide that kind of corporate companies with good pay packages for civil engineering students. As a civil engineer, we have many wide options available for us to choose. Like a civil engineering student can go into a software role. A civil engineering student can go into a data scientist role. A civil engineering student can work as a civil engineer, of course. And most importantly, we have major number of job opportunities related to the government sector, whether it can be in the central government or in the state government. So the major advantage is a civil engineering student can have placement activities, placement in software field as well as a core sector. And to achieve this placement in civil engineering, VNRVJIET, we offer various training programs starting from the second year itself. So what we do actually is we take up we conduct a survey for the students. We take the options from the students, like in which stream you want to choose. You want to go ahead. You want to pursue your career after your BTech, like whether you want to pursue for a software job or whether you want to go for a core company, whether you want to go for higher education, whether we want to go for a MBA or entrepreneur. Like that, we take options from the civil engineering students, and then we segregate them as per their preference, and based on their preference, we will be giving training according to their choice. For example, if a person chooses software as his priority, then we'll separate those students, and then we conduct various training programs for them related to the software, like various languages, Java, Python, and then we send them for the particular company. Similarly, if a person is interested for core companies, then we conduct training programs for them, especially for civil related companies. Also, if a company is coming for a campus, before the company comes, we organize one training. Like if a structural engineering company is coming, then we brush up their structural engineering skills, structure related subjects. Similarly, if a company is coming for highway engineering, then we brush up their transport engineering concepts. Apart from that, if we talk about the companies that that visit VNRVJIET in terms of software, we have almost all the major big chains of India, like Deloitte, Accenture, TCS, Capgemini, LTI, Controllers, InCircles, Cognizant. All these companies will allow civil engineering students, and many of our civil engineering students have been placed and have been working successfully in these software companies as well. And coming to our core companies, again, we have very wide list of core companies which visit our campus, like Tata Projects, Ramki, L&T, Shapurja and Palanji, RV Associates, Aparna Constructions, NCC, Worley. So the list goes on. Like I can very confidently say that if a civil engineer wants to get placed, he will be definitely placed with a minimum of one job, and most probably he'll be landing in 2 or 3 jobs. And this civil engineering also is a recession-proof job, and the government of India also is investing a huge amount of money on infrastructure. So we can say that civil engineers are going to have very huge demand. And as some of the panel members also said, that though the core package might be a bit lesser compared to the software, but as the experience comes, the money flows for a civil engineer. So that's about the placement process in civil engineering at VNRVJIET.
Yeah, thank you, Teja, sir. So thanks, Suresh, sir, for handling all this panel discussion session. So I'm really very glad to see that all the civil engineers who are there in this panel discussion have elaborately given their experiences. And I do think that there is a lot of things which the parents or the students can pick up from the insights that have been given by most of the prominent people in the civil industry. I know that civil engineers are very good at planning, but they have gone beyond their time limit of 1 hour, and it's almost like 2 hours, and everyone is very passionately talking about their work and their experience, which is very good to hear. And I think the students or the parents who are really interested into civil engineering, definitely they will gain a lot of insights by hearing out to this session. So if any parents or students are logged in, I just want to know if any queries are there which you want to ask the panel members, or even the recorded session of this particular video will be available in our YouTube channel very shortly. So I think you can hear it out even at a later point and gain the insights and Also follow it up with your friends and students who might be interested in civil engineering. So thank you, Malika ma'am. Thank you for all the team of civil engineering who have been instrumental in conducting this panel discussion successfully today. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you to all the panel members.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.